is Alex bringing you a new episode of Gravity Blues, the podcast where myself and my co-host Ren explore our Earth and extraterrestrial concerns and interests. We have a special episode for all of you today. This is take 2.5 for the episode. But yeah, today we're gonna go over Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie, One Battle After Another, which we both saw, and we'll give our commentary and other thoughts on it. But I think, it came out, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Right, Ren? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and we both saw it pretty
Yeah.
early on,
That
like
first
opening weekend.
So it's kind of fun. A lot of, podcasts that talk about movies might go, well, let's do it immediately after it comes out, and that way we're topical. But we wanted to let it sit, let it simmer.
Yeah. I almost want to see it again because
Yeah.
it is a very long movie. Like, I think it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. And
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it felt long, but it didn't feel like long to the point where I'm like, oh, I just want this to be over, which is good. So that's why I'm like, I kind of want to see it again just to see if any of my thoughts change or if I even, like it even more than I already did.
Yeah. And now
But
I didn't feel it felt that length at all. Like if you hadn't known, if I hadn't known, and I left the theater and you'd been like, yeah, it was a 2 hour movie, I would be like, okay, I believe that. Not, it felt very fast. There's a lot happening the whole time. There's very
yeah.
little downtime.
Right, and we won't talk about this movie. And I don't know if you've seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. The Smashing Machine,
I haven't yet.
and that movie's 2 hours long. And I heard a few people say that movie felt long, and that was 2 hours.
Wow.
Like, kind of crazy. So, but we haven't seen it yet. So it's not our thoughts on it. Just a little bit of consensus on that. But yeah, this one, it was. There's a lot going on in this movie, like from the kind of the intro to like kind of get you familiar with, was it the French
The French 75.
75? Yeah, with their group, and then
So just some. They don't talk about this in the movie, but French
sure.
75 obviously is a cocktail, right? And that's.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know where the cocktail's name comes from?
Like some kind of revolution. I don't know. That's just my guess.
Yeah, so the French 75 is actually a cannon. It was like a giant gun.
Oh, okay.
And the cocktail
That's cool.
is like a dainty, champagne based cocktail for that
Mm-hmm.
girls drink mainly, right? And so yeah, it's kind of fun that it's like the origin of that is this giant cannon.
Mm-hmm. I think I've only had that once, and that was when we were at the jazz club
Oh, fair enough.
in Columbus.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that was good. It was tasty. It was tasty, but
Very tasty.
I didn't even notice that though. Like the drink, the name of the drink, and
Oh
then
yeah. Well,
then
they
yeah,
don't talk
I
about it
didn't
in the movie,
really
but
didn't piece that.
that is the
Yeah,
origin of that.
that's cool. Yeah, so it was, and that intro, like I said, or I don't know if this was in the last take we talked about or not, but um, I guess the idea of some of the things they do, what they're all about is like you don't see that talked about in a lot of film of this like status, I guess, and that's not really. I feel like it's not talked about a ton about like the camps and deportation camps and all that. So
But
yeah, it was
it
really
felt
like
so topical.
yes, it
That's
did.
the main thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this, a movie of this length with this kind of budget, that they've shot all this 2 years ago, right? Or a while back, for sure.
Right.
And this
Right.
could have been written like today, yesterday, and it still would have been like as on top of everything that's going on right now. So yeah, I was really impressed by that. Like culturally describing the news by the moment. Uh, that said, interestingly enough, I don't think it was marketed like to the amount that you would expect with the movie that has this budget with these stars with this director, right? I texted my family about it. I was like, everyone should go see
Mm-hmm.
this. And my parents, big Leo fans, were like, oh, we hadn't heard of that. I'm like,
Y-
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I feel like unless you're going to the theater regularly,
Mm-hmm.
like I saw this every movie I'd seen, kind of up to the point of its release. Like this trailer was in there, one of the trailers,
Mm-hmm.
versions of it. But yeah, outside social media, I saw some people talk about it, but that was usually people that were already kind of in the
The movie stuff, yeah.
film space. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's surprising with movies like this. But once it came out, though, then I saw a ton of people talking about it. So I don't know how well it did at
Yeah.
the box office, but
See, yeah, that's
uh,
the thing I saw too, where like I think it had relatively low numbers to start, but then it has built up a little bit because the reviews have been so strong. I just think that a lot of people didn't know it was coming out, and that's an issue. Like, I mean,
mhm.
I first heard about it when it was at uh, the film festivals, but that was forever ago, right? And it got a bunch of like buzz then, and then it was like, when's this coming out? In like 4 months, you know? So
I wonder too. I don't know. I don't remember which studio releases, but I wonder if the studio's like, this is kind of a like risky, like a like they, I
yeah.
don't know if they wanted the movie to do bad, but they're trying to
I think
limit the
like everything
eyes
this
on
year
it. Maybe.
has been Warner Brothers pretty
Okay.
much. So I mean, I'll check on that real quick, but
Yeah.
uh, let's see.
Or maybe they didn't think it was going to do as well as it did, and so they didn't feel the need to
Yeah, I don't know. I bet it.
publicize it
I do
as
think that
much.
there is some basis of that. You know, they're like worried about the topic. Yeah, it is Warner Bros.
Yeah.
So much this
Okay.
year has been Warner Bros. It's actually kind of insane. This is like you go look up all the top movies that came out this year. You're like, oh, Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Warner Bros. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. There's a few some moments in there I was like, oh, this is gonna be something people talk about, just like shot wise, especially the hills. The end of the movie, there's this
Yes.
not spoilers, but there's a driving scene where they're going through these hills, which is supposed to be California-ish. I don't know what
Yeah.
desert-y.
Desert. Yeah.
Um, and I think I saw somewhere they were shooting in like Arizona or something like that, or Nevada,
Okay.
around that
Hmm.
area for sure. Is what it looks like. But as the whole town is fiction because it's based on a fictional town that Thomas Pynchon wrote a book about. Anyway, so there's the scene in there where they're driving on the roads and it's all these hills and it's like this super cool tension where you see the drive up the hill, they go down, and then you see the shot where these three cars looking in the rear view mirror. Can we see them coming over the hill? Nope. And they go down too low. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit. And it's like slow, slow, slow burn tension, but it hits.
Yeah, it was like you definitely felt like you're in the car too.
Yeah.
That scene played out pretty long. Honestly, I felt
Yeah.
like it wasn't like just a few shots. Like you're there for like at least like a few minutes. It felt like I don't know like the actual runtime, but I felt like I was in this chase, so the immersion was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then uh, and then the end of that, we won't get into the spoiler, but I thought. Chase Infinity's character Willa,
Yeah.
like she was the one being chased, and she had a great
Dude,
just great
uh,
decision. I was like, wow, I
I
almost started
I
clapping.
thought that that end of the movie there, you know, where we won't spoil it, but I thought that oh no, we're gonna have this big one more big twist of the knife here, you know,
Yeah,
based on how that
yeah,
scene was starting to play out, and I was like,
right.
oh
Yeah, yeah. That was there were so many different things in that movie too. I was just like, that's because there was kind of a few different commentaries. I felt like there was, some of the, the French 75 and
mm-hmm.
what their kind of mission was. And you get Sean Penn's character and
Which we'll talk
his
about.
kind of,
We'll talk about him in
we
a
will
second.
talk about, yeah, and his like kind of hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
of like who he is, but what he wants to be. And and then yeah, there was the what was it, the Saint Nick's or something?
Yeah, it's
the
the Christmas Adventurers.
yeah, Christmas. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, all hail Saint Nick. That's what they say or something.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's a ton of crazy, and there's some like subplots going on too. So there's a lot they kind of squeezed in. But I guess when you have a movie that's 2 hours and 45 minutes, you have the liberty of doing as much as you if you want or as much as you can, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Incredible. Other moment I really want to mention is like you talk about commentary. The town itself is protesting there because they're coming in and making these wide scale arrests right in this town, and they're fighting back a little bit. And the guy like wants an excuse to get even worse, and he goes,
Mm-hmm.
send in Van Halen, and it's like they
Yes.
have the guy in the crowd that throws a firebomb as if he's from the crowd, but he's one of the soldiers. I was like, that was like
Yeah, yeah. And he's got the Van Halen shirt on.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
damn,
and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely happened
yeah.
a few times before.
This is one of those
Yeah,
things where you hate to see that though. That's not.
right,
But
right. But yeah, awesome. I felt like the characters were all really cool. And the one character, I feel like at the beginning was kind of stole the show was Tiana Taylor.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's just like pretty much the leader of the French 75, and I honestly wish that we saw her more. Because after the like kind of the intro part, she kind of disappears, and it's like they talk about her, but then you don't really get to
You know, I
see her anymore. But I
I
get why. I get
appreciated
why.
that because I was wondering if there was going to be like some kind of like, oh, she's actually
Reveal or something.
one of the nuns at the nunnery, right? And you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
but they didn't do that, and I'm glad they didn't because it does kind of like her character was this. It's written as this, right? Where she, betrays them, right? In that way, right? She's the rat, and that helps with the story for the daughter, I think, as we go through the
Hmm.
movie and her the way she reflects. I don't think we needed like a oh this is your redemption moment for this character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, she was really good. I don't know if because she does music as well, and there's a few songs she's been on before that I thought she was really good on. But outside of that, I know I don't know if she still is, but she was married to she used to be married to NBA player Iman Shumpert. He was on the Cavs, so like knew about her then. And but yeah, I don't know if I've seen her in anything else like acting wise.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. So it was
No,
interesting. I mean, besides for Leo, there aren't a lot of other. I mean, Sean Penn obviously, but
Champagne, yeah, and yeah,
um, and Javier Bardem. Let's talk about him for a second.
or you mean
Yeah, no, I'm Benicio del
Benicio del
Toro.
Toro?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they look alike
Oh my
though. They look
gosh.
alike.
But yeah, dude, Benicio del Toro
He was
is
great.
crazy in this movie. He's
Yeah.
so good. Um, he's got a great line that I absolutely love. I've seen on the threads everywhere. Where he gets pulled over and the cop's like, "How many have you had? A few. A few what? A few small beers." And I was like, I love a few small beers.
Yeah, that's I feel that. Yeah, he was great, and that was the thing. The trailer is you think he's just like a was it karate?
Yeah.
Was he teaching karate or was it jujitsu or it was one of the
Yeah.
fighting? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but you kind of just get the vibe that he's like kind of like a karate teacher or fighting
Yeah.
teacher. He's got his own thing little system going on in the
Yeah.
background. I think he said like he's got a Harriet Tubman operation going on or
Mm-hmm.
something. Because the city they're in, I'm assuming it was close to the border, right? Um, I wasn't
Uh,
exactly sure. I didn't know if they said like what state it was in. I don't
so
remember.
it's California, but we don't know. It's not a real city.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, fictional, but yeah, so it's California, probably like south of San Diego or
Yeah.
something, or in that area. Um,
I think they said
yeah.
at the end of the movie, like, was it San Francisco? It was like 6 hour drive from where they were,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That adds up, I think.
but who knows?
Hmm. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, he was great. Do you want to get into Sean
Dude,
Penn's
okay.
character?
Sean Penn's character was
Oh my gosh.
uh well, I mean, he's fantastic as this character. Like he's totally goes over the top. Um from the start of the movie, he's like, you're like, "Oh, this is a weird dude." And then like it ramps up, and at the end his shirt is like exploding off of his body, cuz it's like he's just
Hmm.
I think progressively he is more ripped in the film, which
Yeah,
is
he's taking more roids.
I was like, "Oh my god."
I was like, he is yoked. And then
Yeah.
there's a scene between him and Willa, uh, and she's just like, "Why is your shirt so tight?" or something.
And then he,
like he's
like
like,
his face
like, like,
explodes.
like, like she's not wrong. He probably could go a size or two
Sure.
larger,
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he's got that like walk that he does.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like kind of like a waddle a little bit.
yeah. Well, that's because like at that point he is like, probably, clearly not sleeping. Like he's on pure adrenaline, and that guy is like losing his mind a little bit. And I think Sean Penn like really nailed like, oh, this is an insane person. Like kind of out of control in a way, or in a lot of ways. But uh, yeah, man, it's crazy because uh, that's probably the best performance like I think I've seen all year, you know? And I
Yeah, it's
wonder
pretty good.
the context of like them giving him an award for that. You know what I mean? Just because of the character that he plays, if that matters, or maybe they do it that helps his case. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think it would help this case because I think it takes some balls to play a character
True.
like that, and he did it. I felt like phenomenally.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know. Like, I wasn't like, okay, yeah, I was not rooting for him, but when he was on screen, I was having a good time, honestly.
Yes.
So,
Yes. He's
so I
he
was,
absolutely is like just so electric. Where you're like, okay, this guy is fun to watch and terrible. Like yeah, he's a terrible dude.
yeah.
But
And there's a scene in there too where you're like, there is no way this dude survives this, and he just tanks it
oh
out. But
yeah.
oh my goodness.
So okay, so I saw a report that Chase Infinity is going to be pushed for lead actress, like for an Oscar for that, which I was kind of
Yeah,
surprised by because she's only in half the movie.
right. I will say because Leo is in the whole movie,
Yeah,
but I never felt like, okay, you could say he's the lead actor, but I did not in that second half where it's, she's Willa's all grown up and it's like, about them, being kind of, it's like 15 years past,
hmm,
the French 75 kind of getting, busted and all that, or however many years, 18 years, 17 years. And then she's like in high school. I felt like from that point on, she was kind of the main focus in Leo's character, which I liked. I didn't really feel like he actually did that much in the end. Like when I
yeah.
like in terms of her, like her getting the safety, he didn't really do
Well, yeah.
much.
So he's kind of the supporting actor for both sides, right? Because at the beginning
Yes,
of the movie,
yes, yep,
the actress that I mean, Tiana Taylor is like like you said, like totally stands out. You're like, oh, okay, this is somebody that's like is siding, and this is the main focal point of this part of the story.
yeah,
Of course, you could say it's Sean Penn's movie, and that
yeah,
character
right. That's what I
really
was gonna
is
say.
the driving focus. He probably has the most screen time of any actor in the film. So,
Right.
yeah, it's
I,
just a
I would
weird.
I would agree. I don't know how they're if he does get nominated. I don't know because it's just Leo is like his face is on all the
Right.
marketing and all of that, and it's like kind of presented as a Leo first kind of movie,
And then, but
But
of
I don't feel
course,
like it was his story really.
no, I agree. But of course, both of them have won Oscars before. Uh,
Yes.
because Sean Penn
He had what's it called? It's for like the early 2000s, that like crime
was it
river
Mystic
river
River?
something.
Mystic
Mystic River,
River,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then
He may have won another one, I don't know.
yeah, maybe, but
Or at
like
least or probably nominated, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's been nominated a couple times at
Tom.
least. But yeah, I would say I'd be really surprised if Sean Penn's not nominated for at least supporting, if not lead. Which I think is supporting. He might lock. You know what I mean? I don't know what.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
don't
lead would
know.
be interesting. They do it for both. You do lead and support.
That'd be crazy.
uh,
Well, yeah. So interesting. From that, like again, everyone in this movie is great. I mean, it's hard to beat the directing in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. He's obviously has a pretty legendary run going so right now.
yeah.
And I thought that we could just take a second, because we're talking. This is the PTA special. So what
Yes.
Paul Thomas Anderson movies have you seen? What's kind of your
Ooh,
favorite?
yeah, you're right. Let me just pull these up just so I can
Sure. And I was
make sure I
also
don't miss anything.
I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's got more bangers than you think he
Oh
does.
yeah. Boogie Nights, man. I think that might be my favorite. But There Will Be Blood is also
Yeah.
amazing.
So I'll say
I
this:
haven't seen Punch Drunk Glove. I know I've heard people talk a ton about
fantastic.
that
They're
movie,
all
but I
good. They're
haven't
all
I haven't
very
seen that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boogie Nights is a classic. But real quick, I just wanted to pull up the 100 best movie list that the New York Times made right for the 21st century. Um,
Okay.
there Will Be Blood is number 3 on the list.
Number three.
Number 3, The Phantom
Wow.
Thread is 25, which is he made in
Okay.
2017. Both of those star the great Daniel Day Lewis.
He's making a
And
comeback too.
yeah, with his son's movie.
Yeah.
At number 4, he's got The Master. So with Philip Seymour Hoffman, I haven't seen that. That's something
Mm,
that looks fantastic though.
yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, come on. And then he's also got 56 with Punch Drunk Love. So was that 4 movies in the top 100 in the 21st
Yeah, that's
century?
that's insane.
And if he's and honestly, with One Battle After Another, I have to think that this is a movie that probably will slot into this at least 100 list. Like
Yeah. Where because we've sat with it for a few weeks, this movie. And I have been very on, and this is one of the other reasons why I want to see this again, just so I can get like confirmation
mhm.
on like how I fully feel and like if I were to rate it, because it's like you got me into Letterboxd and I'm like, oh, I gotta give it a rating, but I'm like so split because I'm like, I really like it, but do I like it as much as some of the other movies? There's like 3 movies I've seen this year that I think I might like more. So I'm like, is it
Okay.
on that caliber or is it like right below?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. What did you give it a rating at? Did you
So yeah,
Where do you put it with what you've seen this year? I
I gave it a
guess
5. It's a 5 out of 5 for me.
5. Oh my!
This is a banger
Ooh.
movie. It's one of those that I thought was like there's not a lot that I can think of that when I watched it where I was like, oh, I'm bored here, or like take this part out. I don't really see how you could make this movie better. Yeah, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, but like I said, I liked it the whole time, and on top of all that, like we said, the cast is fantastic, and the
Mhm.
stories like matters. This is like a statement from PTA that you're like, okay, this is
Yeah,
important stuff that like the zeitgeist and the culture need to be talking about. So for me, yeah,
yeah.
this is a 5 out of 5.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm very see. This is my issue with these rating sites. It's
Yeah,
like you either give it a 4 or a 4.5 or a 5. There's no like 4.25. Like no
yeah.
like B plus A minus. Because like I would feel much better. I am leaning towards I'm leaning towards the 4.5.
This is the only thing
Um,
I gave this year that has 5 stars.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, this is an awesome movie, regardless.
What do you have? What do you have up there with it? Out of curiosity.
For like from what I've seen this year,
Yeah, from just
I think
2025.
I think I like Sinners more.
Okay.
Um, I think I liked Weapons more, but that's just I like that kind of stuff a little bit more.
Yeah.
and it's very close to. I loved very mixed reviews on this movie, or at least I saw. But I loved the 28 Years Later movie,
Yeah.
the zombie movie. I loved it. But
Okay.
so this is like my top four. This isn't my top four, so I still think it's really good. Where I
Yeah.
put it, I don't know.
Yeah. This is my only 5 out of 5, and I have two 4.5s out of 5, and that's Sinners and Superman. So
Superman. Well, another movie with an important message, and a
yeah.
movie I was not expecting to see
Yeah.
such a message. Well, it seems like James Gunn is kind of going down that route though right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Peacemaker. I haven't watched
It's good.
I think the whole
Peacemaker's very good.
season. I watched it. I haven't watched it. I think the season finale comes out today.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I
so I
haven't
haven't
seen
watched
that yet.
that. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome as well. But yeah,
Real quick, we'll talk about
yes, sir.
Leo because I wanted to just
Ooh.
have a Leo DiCaprio discussion too because
Okay. Okay.
like we
Okay.
said, this isn't really his movie, but I did see, I think it was New York Times said that Leonardo DiCaprio is the ultimate Gen X actor for the in this film solidifies his ultimate
Mm,
in the terms of that generation. And I was like, that's interesting. Let's talk about some Leo movies. What do you think is Leo's highest rated movie right now?
oh, like on Rotten
Yeah, I
Tomatoes.
have it on Rotten Tomatoes pulled up.
Ooh. Oh well. Is it this one? Is this his highest rated movie?
So this is actually number two. Uh,
Okay.
and number one is Catch Me If You Can,
Really?
which
I
is
love
just
that
a
movie. I did not know
96.
it was. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I did not know it was, and that was pretty early on in his like filmography. You know,
Yeah,
with
he's pretty
or
young.
kind of. It's like I'm looking at it now. It's kind of like halfway. I didn't realize how many movies he made in the '90s. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So yeah, that's
just every decade
definitely
he's made a
still
ton.
early. What do you think's number three? This three is more recent.
Um, is it The Revenant or
It's
is it Killers of the
Killers
Flower
of the
Moon?
Flowers Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Uh, mm,
Yeah, so it's like okay, three great movies. I don't know, like Catch Me If You Can, I love, but like, do you consider it like a classic? Maybe just because it doesn't have that. It's Steven Spielberg. It's him and Tom Hanks, right? I mean, it's a great cast. But
yeah.
is it like that same? Because it's not heavy as a drama. Maybe is what it is.
No, it's more just like I guess yeah. I don't consider it that way. I consider it just like a fun, fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know if I'd put it up there with his some of the other ones I've seen, but it's. I guess I can understand why it's
But
rated that high because I
yeah,
feel like it's easy to like.
I
Um,
agree. I just think like you go look at the other stuff on this list. You got right, so Killers of the Flower Moon, The Departed is next, which like
yeah.
Titanic,
Oh,
Inception, Django Unchained, right? You're like, okay, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
what
The Wolf of
is
Wall Street.
yeah.
These are classic films. You know, maybe it is
Is
tonally just what it is.
mhm. Is that Rotten Tomatoes or is that
This
Letterbox
is
for those
Rotten
ratings?
Tomatoes, right? So let me actually, I pulled the
Oh,
letterbox.
okay, yeah, because I was gonna say because I know Rotten Tomatoes, it's just if it gets a positive score, like over a
Yeah.
3 out of 5, it's given like because it's more of a, it's not really like the actual like rating that critics give it. It's more of a just 96% of critics liked this movie, and then the actual amount they liked it, I think, is more of a scale.
So let's
I think
see.
that's how it works on Rotten Tomatoes, at least.
Catch Me If You Can is a 4.0 on Rotten Tomato, or sorry, a Letterboxd, where
That's
like
still really good.
Inception is a 4.2, Wolf of
Hmm.
Wall Street's a 4, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was 3.8, Shutter Island is a 4.2. It's another banger movie. So he
Yeah.
does have some. Django is a 4.3. Sorry. Uh, I love like Don't Look Up. I think that's great too. It's only a 3 on here though. So whereas Kills with Our Moon's a 4, Departed's 4.3. So he's, I mean, yeah.
Mm.
Have you seen The Revenant, dude? Yeah, that's an awesome
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, that is a great movie.
One Battle After
Is
Another
that the
is
one
a
that
4.4, so that is his highest
what is it? Four
on the
point
letterbox.
four.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
insane. I don't think I've ever seen a letterbox like that high before.
He might. Yeah, we'll have to do like a we'll have to look at the his like average letterbox, or
Oh
like
yeah.
maybe like his top 10, and average it out and
Ooh,
see what that is and compare it to some other actors and actresses,
that would be
because his is
interesting.
probably one of the highest by
Yeah.
far.
Who do you
Like
think?
maybe Daniel Day Lewis might, be
Okay.
in there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good shout. Daniel Day Lewis, I bet is. The thing is, when you work with Steven Spielberg and Paul Thomas Anderson, right?
That's the cheat
And
code.
Daniel Day Lewis has like four movies with Paul Thomas Anderson, so right. But yeah, that's an interesting comparison. We'll have to look into that. I bet that you got other guys like De Niro and Pacino are probably up there, but
I think Pacino's his role in Jack and Jill tanks his average
well,
score a little bit.
no, man, the Dunkachino scene that sells
uh,
it for me. But that wouldn't be in his top 10, I would hope.
oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Who knows? Maybe it's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
cult following.
you never know. You never know.
uh, oh man. Yeah, I guess is there anything for One Battle After Another we want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I did. It was interesting to me. I when I went and saw it in the theater, it was like on a Saturday afternoon, pretty early in the afternoon. So I was like one of maybe 10 people in there, max.
Mhm.
I did think it was weird though that a lot of like I would say 2 people of the 10 left when the credits came in, and everyone else sat there. And I was like, do they know something I don't? And I was like googling like,
Y-
is there an end credit
yeah,
scene or something? I was like, why are we all
they were
sitting here?
just stunned. They were just stunned by the cinema they
Yeah.
just endured. Yeah, yeah, no, I think I just left right away. I don't know,
It's like
or maybe they were just sleeping. Maybe they were just like they fell
I don't
asleep.
know.
It was so long.
I literally Googled. I was like, is there an end credit scene to this Paul Thomas Anderson? It doesn't feel like something he'd
Yeah,
do,
we're
right?
getting two, one battle after another two. Honestly, they could have even made the first one could have just been about the French 75, and they could have made the second one about what we. But it's better as a cohesive story. But I love both both parts of the movie. So I would have been fine with it even being longer if it
Yeah,
if they
no,
could have put more
I would
stuff
have
in there.
I would have been happy with that too. Like it, give me another 30 minutes of interest. You know what else really? What's there's a part in there. This is kind of a spoiler now. We'll get into spoilers, but
Sure.
specific moment where Willa is brought by the bounty hunter, that's a interesting character. I like when you have like these, like kind of instantly recognizable character ideas, and then like you don't go too into
Hmm.
their background. So like, there's a lot of like, oh, that's interesting, right? And this guy brings her to these like the white nationalists, I guess. I don't know what would you call those guys. That was a
I don't
weird.
know. It looked like some like kind of child trafficking kind of. I don't know what they were going to do with her,
Well, they
but
were gonna kill her
it, or
because
were they going to, I didn't know if they were going to like traffic her or yeah, kill her or
my impression from that scene's because he starts filling up gas in the boat, right? And she's looking
yeah.
at the boat, and then she's looking in the lake, and it's like, why would they bring her into the lake? Well, they're gonna kill her and then
Yeah.
sink her body.
Yeah, I think you're right because yeah, I guess uh her driver or the guy you were saying the guy that brought her there, he did say I don't do stuff like that with kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or so I think it was something along that route, but that's when he kind of stepped in and took matters into his own hands.
Badass.
Yeah.
He gets his ass kicked,
Which
but
that's that was an like I kind of saw it coming a little bit, because I'm like,
yeah,
how is she gonna get out of this? Like, there's only like really one way she's gonna get out of this situation, and it's gonna be this dude coming in and just killing all these dudes, and
yeah.
I wonder if he just like something kind of clicked in him. He was like, I've been doing this for so long, I need to redeem myself a little bit,
And I
and
think
especially because it was a kid too, he was like kind of against all that.
well, and he's walking off, and they shout a couple slurs at him as he's walking off,
Yeah,
and
yep,
he's like,
yep.
"Fuck this! I don't give a shit about these guys," So,
Yeah, yeah. Not taking no shit from these dudes.
hmm
Um, Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, that scene that was great. I love. We talked about the nuns earlier a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like this, like
the weed nuns.
yeah, the weed nuns, and they're like have the shooting range,
Well,
and
so apparently those are like there's real nuns that they based them off of that grow weed out in California, and there's like these nuns that do that. It's like okay, that's interesting that there is that as a thing.
they're just farming, you know.
Yes, yeah, that was cool. Uh, I mean, yeah, I loved the police scene where Leo's in the station and she's like the lady's talking to him. That was cool. I was like, this
Hmm
is
hmm
a cool moment because then you're right. He gets captured by the police and same kind of vibe as where Willow's captured. You're like, oh, how is he gonna get out of this? He's literally in jail,
Right.
and
You know, the French 75 still
yeah,
living on. You know. Um, yeah, and then yeah, there's the riot scene we talked about before, and I love the skateboarders are just like Benicio del Toro is just like you're driving through this like protest pretty much, and
yeah,
and everyone's calling him sensei, you know, and these like skateboarder dudes like end up helping him and helping Leo's character try to well they tried helping Leo and then he like fell off of the
yeah,
roof of that building and they just got arrested and he's like I'm Batman.
yeah, yeah. That was pretty good. I was gonna say other cool thing in this movie, really cool. Is the film that they used because the whole movie is shot in this film stock that hasn't been used for movies since the '90s because it's mostly been replaced. But what's cool about the science behind this film is that it's able to be really wide, kind of like how IMAX is, right?
Hmm
Except that the I think IMAX lets the light come in. I think it's horizontally, and whereas this is like I think it's called the Miramax. It comes in vertically with the light. So this has its own like very unique look to it that feels some like a classic movie. It's shot on real film, and it's actually when you go see it in the theater, it is depending on where you see it, it will be played on film too, which is really cool because we don't see that a lot in any movies. So you can see the like uh I want to say the depth, right? You can see the depth in shots and it's really unique and different than a lot of other things that you see the last few years.
hmm Yeah, and I don't know if he's used that for his some of his other movies or if this is kind of more of a recent thing with Paul Thomas Anderson. But yeah, I know like Christopher Nolan, he does kind of similar things and try to
So the
like
IMAX,
revitalizes
yeah.
that. Yeah, that revitalizes the kind of the old movie feel. I saw this in a IMAX theater, so I guess I
Nice.
didn't really like catch it because it's just like that's usually how IMAX is. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see that on like just a regular theater how
Yeah.
that looks compared.
I think you'd lose a little bit of the depth in it, the texture. But I will say
Right.
the other movie that's done they use the same kind of film stock, but then they actually like converted it later was last year's The Brutalist, and so
hmm
that would use the same stuff, and so Brady Colbert and this is actually at the beginning of the movie. I think they or it might be at the end. They dedicate it to this like the camera guy, right? The film stock guy, because I
Mm.
think I think he passed away, and which
Oh,
is
geez.
sad. But he was like the only guy, the big expert in Hollywood that was going working on these really old cameras, and that's why him and he worked on this movie and on The Brutalist, and it's just very sad.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really sad. Wow.
but
Yeah, it's
cool
even.
they're bringing it back. It's just it takes a really
Yeah,
specific person to do it.
yeah. So hopefully that doesn't get lost in translation. And I hope he was. I guess I don't know when he passed. I hope he was able to see some cut of the movie. You know
Oh
that would have
yeah,
been before he died. But if not, I guess it's good they're honoring him now with that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's I thought that's a really interesting thing that it's like why is this person being honored with the film? You never know. what the reason is, and it's like, okay, this is actually somebody that was like a super expert, and like they was super crucial to making the film look the way that it was. So really cool. That's I think that's everything I had for One Battle After Another though for now. I agree though, definitely worth a rewatch. If it gets like if it goes in and just sweeps all the awards, it very well could. You know, I would not be that surprised. Although you have Sinners, right? You have
Hmm.
this movie with Timothy Chalamet with one of the Safdie brothers. I think it's
Hmm.
called Marty Supreme. It's coming out soon,
Yeah.
and and that apparently is like incredible. And everyone's like, "Oh, Timothy gonna win his first Oscar?" It's like, well, I don't know, but
He's been getting nominated,
yeah,
or is he going to get the Leo treatment and it's going to take him, forever to
now
finally win one?
to be
We could
fair
see.
though, if you like, we talked about them earlier, The Revenant, which I think is the one that won Leo his
He
award.
won it. Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
that is his like undeniably that is the best Leo performance.
Oh,
He is
if
incredible.
if he didn't get it then, I would have just said, yeah, he's never getting one. They
Yeah.
have something. He banged one of the voters like wives or something. He's never getting it.
Yeah.
He's
Oh man.
blackballed. But he's got a lot of time though. Timmy, he's got a lot of time.
Let me going back to my 100 list. How many movies do you think have Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
For which list?
In the 100 from New York Times, their 100 greatest. How many movies do you think he pops up in from this 100 greatest movie list?
Didn't we do that one already?
I think we did. That was Paul Thomas Anderson, right? Did we go through?
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we didn't do Leo. Oh man, he's got a lot.
So let me see.
Oh, he definitely has. Um, Shutter Island, Inception,
So
Django
his first
Unchained,
one's popping up at 20, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
So
Okay.
they have that as their highest. That's interesting. The
Hmm.
Departed is at 31, and then they've got Once Upon a Time at 44, Inception
Okay.
at 55, and that's it. So he's got four on
Really?
there, five. Yeah. So
That's still a lot.
I
That's
mean,
still a lot.
that's a lot for one guy, but that's
Hmm.
I'm surprised by that, honestly. But
Gang, wasn't he in Gangs of New York too? That was in.
is he in Gangs in New York?
Yeah, I think he is. I don't
This
know.
is only coming up if like he's one of the stars, I think,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
because it's
Yeah,
like
I
it
know
only
he's.
has like the multiple stars listed as on the top of the building or whatever. It's also
Okay.
just is Gangs of New York after 2000? I
It's
forget.
2002, I
Okay,
think.
okay, I don't know. But anyway, he's at least a star in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, the dog is
Yeah.
being angry. Okay,
He's like, you guys
she came
are.
up.
What's to be involved?
Let me go in her face. Anyway, she got cranky because I was taking too long. Anyway,
Hmm.
let's wrap up this talk. Do you have anything from space that we want to discuss?
No, no, I don't think I got anything.
We're staying
I do.
grounded.
We're staying grounded. Only earthly
Only
concerns
Earthly concerns.
this week. That's all right. We could spend more time in the next
All
pod
right.
on some
Okay, so
some space stuff.
I'm gonna go see a movie this weekend, and I'm trying to decide what I
All
want to
right.
see. Should I see Smashing Machine, or should I see Tron Ares? And both of them, I'm like,
Mm,
you know.
I
But
honestly, I would probably see. I love Tron. I love
me
Tron.
too.
There's just something about, and I think it's Jared Leto. I just
Yep,
am
same.
not interested in seeing it. It even has a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, and that is probably the only reason why I'd want to go see it is to listen to that in the theater.
Well,
Um,
I totally agree with you. However, it also has if you overlook Jared Leto, which is hard because he's the I think the lead in the movie. But the rest of the cast, like Greta
It's
Lee,
got
Evan
Jeff Bridges, of
Peters,
course.
Jeff Bridges, yeah, Cameron Monaghan, like the rest of the cast is awesome, and I like everyone else in the movie. Um, I just don't know, like, is it gonna be action movie where Jared Leto is like, I am a robot, but I have feelings the whole time? Or are we gonna?
Well, he's learning about his feelings. I
No,
guess
but
he's like, oh, I have feelings. Let me explore them.
it's like, oh, I've seen that. It's called Blade Runner. You know, like
Hmm.
why are we doing? Why are we making Blade Runner and calling it Tron? You know, that's what I want. I love Tron movies.
Hmm.
The original Tron, Tron Legacy, they're great. It's
They're
it's
awesome.
it's depressing that the only way that this, you know, these movie series survives is if the world is like, okay, yeah, we'll watch Jared Leto movies because they're just not going to. I mean, that's the honest thing.
And honestly, in my opinion, I don't know. I think the magic about Tron is that it's in
It's
like a
in the
video
computer,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, and now the video game is coming to the real
I don't know.
world.
It's
Like
that feels
that is the
so
most cliche, like
gimmicky.
trying money grab,
Yep.
movie sequel ever. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's like maybe I'll still go see it, but I I think if I were you, I would maybe go see the Smashing Machine. I don't know,
See, I
because
thought that looked so good. I was so excited for it. I
yeah,
love Safties, but then I just I've been dissuaded a little bit because I've seen some bad, you know, some bad reviews of it, and people are like, it's
yeah.
not good. Like you were saying earlier, it feels long at 2 hours, which I'm like, but I love Emily Blunt, you know, and
Mhm.
The Rock looks interesting in this.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing that has me interested to see him do more of a like dramatic role, um, and kind of compare him to John Cena because John Cena's been doing kind of more like
Yeah,
not a role like that, but like we mentioned Peacemaker, and he has definitely has a lot of emotion
has he done a?
and
I don't think he's done like a true drama,
now
but Dave Batista obviously has. You want to talk
yes,
about the
Dave Bautista's
WWE guys like that? I mean,
he's great.
I think Batista. I mean, John Cena is obviously like the star of the show, and he's done a lot of very good work over the years, but it's mostly been comedy. Batista has done comedy. He's done, you know, drama. He's very like scary in the Dune movies, so or in the
Yeah,
first
he's
one.
definitely the peak for right now, but who knows? Maybe The Rock
Are
is
there any other of
coming
those
in and
guys that have broken out that you can think of? You know, in
Macho Man was in Spider Man.
that's true. Yeah, that's
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw McGruff.
I just saw they had the original Spider Man in theaters last
Oh
weekend. I,
hell
I
yeah!
did go. It was pretty
Were
awesome
people
and it was
cheering?
pretty hilarious too. I do yeah, the people a little bit of cheering, lots of laughing.
Yeah.
The one scene where Aunt May is like praying and Green Goblin just blows
Yes.
up the house.
Yes.
I was there with my buddy. We could not stop laughing,
This
and then it
scene's
transitions
terrible.
into her. It transitions into her like in the hospital, like freaking out,
Oh
And
my
we were still
god.
we were the only ones in the theater, like still laughing. It was
Oh my
it was
god.
it was bad, but it was also amazing. So,
Dude,
but
I love
yeah,
that movie. You're right. I forgot Macho Man's in that. Also, there's the Percy Jackson TV show on Disney right now with the kids.
I've
It
been seeing advertisements for that.
the movies were terrible, but they made the first season of the show 2 years ago, and they're gonna do all the books. I think they've confirmed for at least three, and the new season's gonna come
Okay,
out. But what's his name? There's one of the WE guys. Is oh, I forget who it is, but it's one of the guys. He plays Ares, the god of war, in it, and it's funny.
okay,
I'm like, oh,
hmm,
that's you know that it just works for him. Oh, who is that in that? I have to look it up real quick because we can, you know,
okay.
what's the
I
Percy
know Cody
Jackson?
Rhodes was in the Naked Gun movie. I know he was in there.
Oh,
He was like the
true,
bartender.
true. He's very briefly, right?
Yeah, that was more like a cameo, though.
Uh, hold on. And the Olympians. Oh my gosh, it's hard to look this up because the movie cast comes up, and I was like, Alexander
Yeah.
Daddario's in that. It's uh, what's his name? Edge. It's Adam Copeland.
Oh,
Edge. Yeah.
Edge is in there.
Yeah, and it's like okay, I mean, it makes sense. He looks like a God of War. Why not, right? And
Yeah, he's got the flow.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
He's,
a little bit. He's got it shorter these days.
oh yeah, that you're right. Yeah, he kind of
He
it's
doesn't
not
have.
the
It's not the
prime
full
Edge.
mullet. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
He's it kind of looks like a rough, beat up man. But
yeah. He was. I think he was in another. He's been in another movie. I think recently
oh
too.
yeah,
I remember seeing him. Maybe
yeah.
even like an MCU movie. I don't know.
I'm sure he's been in tons of stuff. Oh gosh, and I mean it doesn't not really the same thing, but I mean Conor McGregor's been in tons of stuff. He's not really a WWE guy, but
No.
you know, I mean he's in that Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse last year, which was like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm surprised we don't. I guess I'm not surprised we don't get a lot of. There's. It's not surprising that there's more WWE people in kind of the acting role or
Yeah,
acting world compared to other, sports or entertainment. Just because acting is
because they're
just built
actors,
into
right?
that. Yeah, they're actors. They're athletic actors, pretty
And
much.
you have all these like yeah, they're over the top actors, so they kind of fit to comedy well, but they're also like giant and ripped, right? Which is like feels like every movie these days, the actor has to be
As someone,
just shredded,
yeah,
So why
gotta
not?
be gotta peel into the eyes.
I guess, I guess I mean, how often we don't really get any shredded characters or any non-shredded actors anymore, really.
Yeah, they all have nutritionists and
Yeah,
are probably on roids and
like you don't get
all that
any
fun
like
stuff.
middle of the line guys. You see on both ends of the spectrum, but you don't see any average dudes. Like where's the
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn these days? Where's like
yeah,
Owen
yeah.
Wilson,
You're right.
right?
Yeah,
Those guys are
yeah.
gone.
Even comedy now, it's like guys that are like like I feel like that's like usually the punchline. Like you get like Seth Rogen, or Jonah Hill,
Jonah
and
Hill,
all
yeah,
those guys now, you know,
they slimmed
which
down,
is
yeah,
it's good for them. It's good for them to be healthy, but it's
yeah.
just interesting. You don't see, that kind of actor anymore.
Yeah, because I mean, even like Timmy Chimmy is a small man, but like
Hmm.
since Dune, he's kind of bulked
He's
up a little
lean.
bit, and yeah, he's
Yeah,
looking like.
lean.
I mean, Rob Pat obviously bulked up, where he used to be kind of that skinny man. But yes, like there's not really a lot of these young skinny actors.
This
Where
is
do we
what we
go?
think about. We think about actor physiques over here
Yeah,
on.
we need the physiques need to be we've gone too far. We need to come back to reality. Is what
Make physiques fat again. Come on.
well, I'm not fat. I want
or
average.
but
Average.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, make them average. All right. Well, thank you for listening to the pod.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground there from actor physiques. I think we talked about
Mhm.
some movie at the beginning. Who knows what that was?
Yeah.
But we'll
Slipped our mind.
we'll be back next week for with the next episode of Baldur's Gate.
Yes, sir.
And
Um,
other than that, cheers, everybody.
cheers.